Is this the end of the world as we know it? Is the end coming near? Is there life after death? Those are just a couple of the questions that have been asked in this interview. And we found a lot of lost souls. That's all I gotta say about that. This is just a really sad nation. There is no hope for this nation. Wait, we're going to Perkins. We're going to fly over there. I'm sure that we can get one person to answer us. And if not, we're going to find somebody. Alright, Tracy? We're going to find somebody. Peace.
I think the future of the world with the situation that's going on in the Middle East is probably looking brighter each day. There's always room for improvement in the domestic issues that we have here in the U.S. and also foreign policy needs to be worked on each day.
I would like to think that we'll all become one. That eventually with intermarriage and things of that nature, we'll all become one people and maybe we'll all understand that it's more like just our own selfish wants.
Well, I feel like there are a lot of fires burning, so to speak, and that things almost seem to be getting worse in many ways. But people have been screaming about the end of the world for a long time, especially the end of every century, the beginning of every century. They always seem to think it's the end of the world. So I'm not really sure, but to be honest with you, I think a lot of things hinge on the coming elections and a lot of events settling down for things to get better in the world. If this powder keg thing that my history teacher used to always talk about, the powder keg theory, where you got certain events that continue to put layers and layers and layers upon the powder keg, and then eventually there's that one thing, like in World War I when the Archduke was assassinated, that just sets it off, and then you suddenly have World War. Certain things aren't settled down. I think we could have some really bad things happen between other countries and possibly even World War III. I don't hope for any of that crap, but I'm just saying it seems like things have been getting worse.
I see the world against the devil if Jesus Christ from where people saw him. So that's the only hope we got.
Well, the world right now is at a place where everybody doesn't get along, so we're probably going to be worse than we are now.
Things are going to go downhill. Then Jesus comes back.
Probably.
No.
Go on, Trevor.
Well, 15 billion years ago it started, so I don't see why it would spend any time soon.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's anybody's guess. I mean, it's only a 50-50. It's either going to happen or it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an end to it. I think he's coming again and rapture his people. The rest of us will be, so.
Maybe someday.
Yeah.
I guess the world as we know it, the way it seems that we are going to be doomed, you know what I mean? That way mankind will doom themselves, but also do you have to believe in the human spirit, survival over all that we will survive, that maybe we won't just complete going over technological advances, just keep building that bullshit. Nothing but technology.
I think that's a personal opinion and one that I would not want to share.
I don't believe in anything dead. I think the dead are dead.
I kind of mix some of what I believe with science in a way, with the properties of like different energies and things like that. You die, you feed the earth grows plants, animals eat plants, and then it's a continuing cycle. Same with all, breaking it down to like, atoms and things like that and different properties. I think that some element of you is passed on to your children, and there is things like reincarnation and whatnot. I'd like to believe that. I don't necessarily know any of this crap is true. I don't think anybody does. It's all hearsay anyway. It's all written by someone previous. Nobody's come back to let us know anything, at least not that I believe 100%, but I like to believe there's something else. I don't like walking around just being that kind of atheist mentality where there's nothing to really believe in and there's nothing, worth kind of striving for. I like to believe I'm going to be given a second chance, or that there's something beyond if I do the best that I can to the best of my abilities given my environment. Yeah, I like to believe there's something beyond.
Okay. And you believe that we judge based on how we live our life now?
Like, I believe we judge how you live your life, and if you catch a judgment, then you're down for the devil's death.
Yes.
And is there judgment for our actions on earth here?
Yes. Yes.
You think you'll be judged for this life?
Yes.
Why?
Because even for a consequence for your actions, God gives us a manual. If we have to follow it, He's going to judge us for it.
Yes, I do believe in life after death, and I do believe we will be judged for our actions here. Maybe a little differently than a lot of other people believe. I also believe that every little aspect is the way you feel, the way you see things, will be judged for. Not just for doing one bad thing or two bad things, it's an overall thing than just one or two things.
This is depressing. We've asked, 20 people? We've asked 20 people, and they all said no. Alright, can we ask you a couple of questions about the future? Okay, so far, we haven't, we've asked 20 people to answer our questions, but we haven't got any good answers to our questions. Wade lost our questions, I don't know what's going on, alright? But Ray just needs to cut it out. I'm serious. He had all these questions set, and then we go inside one store, and he's like, what was the first question? Because he lost the question! We had no more questions! Stop video change. We asked 20 people, a bunch of little simple questions, and they're like, I'm sorry, I can't answer that! I don't know how to answer that! I guess not. Kids don't have Kids don't have future, old people have future. What's this world coming to?
An end.
An end. All the people that we've asked, they're like, I believe that there's going to be I do not think there's an end to this world. It keeps going and going and going. Just like the Energizer battery.
The Energizer Bunny.
Alright. The battery keeps going and going.
Energizer Bunny.
The bunny is a bunny.
Talking about the battery.
The battery.
Talking about the battery just going and going. This battery's not going.